At around 3:48 p.m. on September 16th, a serious fire broke out at the China Telecom building in Furong district of Changsha City, Hunan province. The video shows smoke rolling out, the whole building covered by a huge fire, with items that are on fire constantly falling down and the sound of explosions ringing out. The fire started from the outside of the bottom 5 floors, then the exterior wall insulation material caught fire, causing it to spread rapidly upwards, reaching the roof after 10 minutes. The entire building was engulfed in fire. Glass on the exterior wall exploded from the heat, and debris kept falling down. In addition to China Telecom staff, nearby residents said that the 42-story building was filled with people from other companies, and since it was working time, there are probably thousands of people inside. Building security staff organized the evacuation of people through the safe passage, and the elevator was closed. A woman who was on the 24th floor at the time of the fire said it took her about 6 minutes to run down to safety. She said she was a slow runner, and her legs felt very sore when she reached the 17th floor, and by the 10th floor she could barely walk. When she escaped, she saw the smoke rolling out, and is still terrified upon thinking back to the scene. In a video circulating on the internet, many people can be seen rushing down the stairs. A person suspected to be a security guard can be heard shouting for everyone to hurry up. According to mainland media reports, the fire department mobilized 36 fire trucks and 280 firefighters across 17 fire stations to deal with the fire. The fire was finally put out around 5 p.m., and so far no casualties are found. Although no one wishes for any casualties, the images of the fire circulating on social media still made many people question the numbers. Due to the unique construction of super tall buildings, when a fire occurs, the fire rises or falls vertically along things like elevator shafts and pipe wells very quickly. Some firefighters also said in an interview with the media that smoke in a 100-meter tall high-rise building, if unobstructed, will only take half a minute to travel through a vertical tube shaft and reach the top floor. The speed is about 10 times more than the horizontal direction. Therefore, once a fire breaks out in a skyscraper, a strong chimney effect is likely to be created, making evacuation and firefighting very difficult. Since the Chinese Communist Party has always withheld information, we have no way of knowing the actual situation. After the fire at the Changsha Telecom building, a kind reminder from the Changsha Telecom WeChat group was circulated on the internet, saying, "Please do not forward any video or pictures of the fire at the telecom building. Do not make any speculative comments, do not accept any interviews, and just report your own safety when asked by relatives or friends." In addition, the local media also quickly issued a reminder. Please do not forward pictures or short videos of the fire in your circle of friends or on WeChat Weibo. We must admit that the CCP was not only quick to maintain stability after the incident, but also very thorough. After the fire, Hunan Telecom published a news release saying that communication safety was not affected. To ensure safety, the company has taken the initiative to cut off power. The official microblog of China Telecom also said that the communication was not interrupted. However, some netizens said that some people's cell phones lost their signals during the fire, affecting normal usage. In the comment section of China Telecom's official microblog, some Changsha netizens also said that their telecom cards had no signal and they cannot make any calls. Another woman said in an interview with foreign media, "On the night of the 16th, I saw a lot of people lining up at the number 3 line subway station of Changsha Railway Station, 1 kilometer from the China Telecom building. Because their cell phone operators are all owned by China Telecom, they couldn't scan the QR codes to show their health and travel codes to get on the subway." According to public information, the China Telecom building, also known as the Lotus Garden building, which was completed in the year 2000, was the first building in Changsha to exceed 200 meters tall with a height of 218 meters, and was also known as the tallest building in Hunan at the time. It is still one of the landmark buildings in Changsha. The building has 42 floors above ground and 2 floors below ground, and is considered a super high-rise building. The telecom server room in the building is one of the main access points of Hunan. It is equipped with 25G optical fiber direct ChinaNet backbone network, fully redundant network structure, and gigabit firewall. In the basement, 35 tons of diesel fuel is stored to fuel the backup generators. Some sources have disclosed that the lower floors of the building is the office portion of China Telecom, and the upper floors are the place where the Provincial Discipline Inspection Committee works to house arrest people, under the Hunan Provincial Discipline Inspection Committee and the Provincial Supervision Department. There are 238 sets of presidential suites, executive suites, luxury single rooms, and ordinary rooms. To explain, when investigating and dealing with corruption among party members and cadres, the Discipline Inspection Commission of the CPC generally proceeds with double regulation, which is to require them to explain the issues involved in the case at a designated time and place, in order to prevent the person under investigation from evading the investigation, conspiring, or attempting to flee. There is no specific time limit for this. Generally, it's 6 months, with the maximum period not exceeding 1 year. The locations are usually secluded hotels and other places, so it's very possible that such double regulation locations are hidden in telecommunication buildings. In addition, someone also found out the tender information of the building's fire protection maintenance, showing that there are hidden problems with fire protection equipment. China Telecom's Hunan branch invited tenders in mid-August for the maintenance of the firefighting equipment of the building. The tender document showed that, at present, the firefighting equipment of Lotus Garden building has overdue operation. Some equipment settings do not comply with the current national standards and norms, and the fire alarm system and smoke expulsion system still have relatively large safety risks. The estimated total amount of the tender is over 4.4 million RMB. However, on September 5th, the company's tender platform released an announcement that the tender had failed. The tender deadline was reportedly 9:30 p.m. Beijing time on September 1st. As for the cause of the fire, officials claim that it is under investigation, and there are now various stories circulating on the internet. One theory is that the building had billboard installation welding, and the source of the fire fell to the bottom floor and ignited the items. Another theory is that the fire was caused by an explosion in the server room, which is believed to be intentional human arson. Because this is the location of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, some people may want the people under investigation inside to disappear forever. Another theory is that the fire was caused by aging electrical wiring in the building, which also seems to be confirmed by the recent tender for the company's fire repairs. However, as there is no complete and reliable conclusion to any of the events in China, the real cause of this fire may never be known. Not until the CCP falls, and people will be free to speak out. Strangely, in addition to the serious fire at Changsha Telecom building on September 16th, a scrap recycling station near Kaifu Temple in Changsha also had a serious fire with rolling black smoke. There was also a fire at a logistics park in Xingsha. The fires were suspected to be malicious arson before the 20th Congress. However, some netizens pointed out that Changsha has had 42 days without rain, and the dry climate and hot weather could also be the reason for the frequent fires. After this fire, the fire safety hazards of skyscrapers have aroused public concern. With economic development, there are more and more skyscrapers in China. Some places, in order to improve city branding, are planning to build all kinds of towering landmarks, constantly refreshing the skyline and breaking through new heights. Before aiming for China's tallest building, Wuhan Greenland Center was even once planned to be as high as 636 meters. Skyscrapers can indeed make intensive use of space and export city landmarks and business cards, but the issues of firefighting, safety, waste of resources, and other problems, including rotten tail buildings, are also extremely serious, and the benefits it brings may not always outweigh the cost. Shengdao Finance of Sina.com published a commentary article on the 16th titled Changsha Fire Burns Out Another Truth. It pointed out that China's firefighting abilities are improving, but may not be able to keep up with the speed of the increasing building heights. Skyscrapers are far more dangerous than imagined, and in fact, not only fire safety, but also seismic problems, heat island effect, light pollution, ground subsidence, etc. The follow-up process to the fire of the Changsha Telecom building is also a major problem.